Hello, Jan. It's good to see you again. As I told you on the phone, our journal is planning a special issue about technology transfer. I remembered your venture in Canada, and I'm glad that you're willing to work with us on how you managed to bring these new technologies into the bus building field from the Netherlands to Canada. You took over the bus building company 5 years ago. At that time, it wasn't doing too well. I hear it's doing a lot better now. Could you please tell me something about it?
Yes, Sylvia. I took over a nearly bankrupt company. It's doing better now, but we had our doubts last year. There was a planned closure because of a lack of orders. Orders where a big order was postponed, so that was a big trouble. But, on the other hand, there's good news. Our design for the low-floor bus passed the Stura. But let me tell you the whole story. Those days, my family was running the family company in Deventer. And I was looking for new possibilities. I even went to China with some idea of setting up a company. But I'm glad I never did. But that's another story.
Yes, it would be very interesting to hear why, but please go on with your Canadian venture.
Yes. It all started with the visit 5, 6 years ago from 3 people of the province of Ontario in Holland. They visited the Ministry of Traffic and Water Management, and they wanted to learn about technologies in public transport as they are used in Holland. I was working on low-floor bus that time, and even got some money to build a prototype. And one of these guys remembered, anyway, how that I was doing that. So he made contact with me about that concept.
Low-floor buses? What is so special about a low-floor bus?
Yes, low-floor bus. One of my favorite concepts. As a boy, I always wondered why we couldn't build the buses all by ourselves.
Why not?
Because you build, until now, buses on the chassis of a truck. A chassis that's supplied by truck manufacturers.
Oh, I see. So that's the reason why the floors of conventional buses are so high and that you need steps to climb into them. But it makes it very impractical for the elderly.
What I did was building a prototype of a low-floor bus using a truck chassis. And we built in, between the wheels, a low section. But, unfortunately, it was not a very good and strong construction, and our customers rejected it.
Well, that's a pity.
Yes. At the time the Canadians came, European bus builders were introducing the concept of integral bus design. That means you can build a bus as a whole with a frame for welded pipes. It's possible to make that frame as strong as you need, so there's no need anymore to use truck chassis.
Oh, that's nice.
On the basis of that concept, I was able to build a new low-floor bus. And as a matter of fact, we started production 2 years ago, and it's quite successful.
And the people in Canada were interested in the effort you were putting into the low-floor bus.
Yes, but the main interest was the technology of integral design. And also the standardization of production that went with using integral design technologies. And next to that, we and other bus builders introduced the articulated bus. And that was also a success.
It's a very nice story. You started talking about technology and the possibility of selling the technology, and you end up taking over the company.
Yes. I nearly jumped in the venture of a factory, nearly bankrupt. Very bureaucratic, old-fashioned, no entrepreneurship. And on the other hand, I guaranteed jobs. No losses of jobs. And the only thing I had was a reconstruction order for 200 employees working half a year on it. And that was all.
By the way, we're in Deventer now, in your father's old house. Are you running this company too?
Yes. At the same time the Canadians came, my father was withdrawing from the company, and the family also, and I took over the lead of the company.
What is your involvement in the Canadian company at this very moment?
It's run by Mr. Gillis, who was already there as I bought it. And every 2 months I go to Canada, stay there maybe a week, and look after things. But, of course, I'm nearly every day in contact with those people.
Okay, let us talk further about the subject of my article, technology transfer to Canada. What were your main aims?
For sure, introducing the integral concept, and you may not be surprised, introducing the low floor bus.
How did you do that?
First of all, I got rid of the bureaucracy. I threw them out of the window, so to speak. And then, training. I had, I think, 3 groups of 25 employees sent to Deventer, our plant, to train them in using European designs about, I think, a period of 3 months. And then also the engineers had to go to Deventer to get used on European designs and get accustomed to it.
What were the main difficulties?
It was not easy. It took us about 2 years to turn the European designs into North American designs. And especially the low floor bus gave us a lot of problems. But, as I told you before, we succeeded because we passed the Stura now. For more details, it would be good if you contact Mr. Steve Taylor, our chief engineer in Canada.
Actually, that's exactly what I wanted to ask you. Would it be possible to see the plant in Canada and talk to some of the people there?
Of course. I will contact Mr. Gillis and he will arrange details and everything for you. But when are you planning to go?
I think the beginning of November.
Mm-hmm. I would say have a nice trip, but it could be very cold then. So...
Never mind. Well, Jan, it's time to go now. It's wonderful to meet you again, and thank you for all the information and introduction to the Canadian plant. Thank you very much.
Okay, Sylvia. It was nice talking with you. See you again after your trip.
Certainly.